Hey everyone, thank you and welcome back to a brand new episode of Coffee with a Bearded Reviewer. And today, folks, is the finale of my review series for the DCEU as I close it with Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I just could not emphasize enough to you that I would consider this one to be the most epic out of all of the DCEU movies, and I can't wait to tell you how I feel about this movie. So without out of the way, let's get started with today's review. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my channel, and please like and comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel as it really helps me out. And let's get started with today's video. So the movie stars Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, and Ray Fisher as the titular characters of the Justice League. And I just gotta tell you, I think when it comes to a specific character arc, I really have to say that the one that got the most screen time and got the most love, like the most fleshed out character, is gotta be a Cyborg. Because for one thing is that in the 2017 Justice League, his story was cut way too slim to the point that there was really no story for him. There was no real motivation for him to be part of the Justice League. Like, he had no ties to anyone in the Justice League. He was just there just because that he had superpowers. And it just felt the same way with The Flash. But the only ones that actually had like a tie into like wanting to protect Earth was Aquaman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like, they were the only ones that had a close connection to the story. But now I really appreciate that they did much more with The Flash and Cyborg, because like these were the characters that were completely sidelined in the 2017 version, and you just could not believe of how very different this movie is compared between the Justice League, because this is a 4-hour and 2-minute movie, and with the 2017 one, you got a 2-hour movie, so this is a double the amount of screen time with your favorite characters, and I just could not believe how incredible the story was for Cyborg. He's the most fleshed out character, and they did a little bit more with the Flash as well. I mean, he was not as like fleshed out as much as Cyborg, but I still think that they gave him a little bit of a better motivation to be part of the Justice League and for him to take on Steppenwolf. But yeah, the heart and soul of the movie is definitely Cyborg. And I just really appreciate what they did with his story, because he's the one that is like the most connected to the whole story, because like he got the powers from the mother boxes, and the mother boxes is like one of the most key elemental plot devices in the movie. So like he had the closest connection to Steppenwolf, the mother boxes, everything that has to do with Darkseid. And I also need to tell you is that his story, it's a tragedy, but you can definitely see the growth in him. Like, he has the best character arc. You actually understand where he's coming from. He's kind of like this bitter character who really never cared for his father, but you know that deep down that he loves his father, because he's always wanted to be kind of like accepted by his father, because his father has really never been there for him for most of his life. And it's really only been his mother who has really been there for him. So like, you can definitely tell that he's broken on the inside. And he feels like that he has nothing left. All he has is a father that really never cares for him. And he's got a very enhanced body where he can pretty much do almost anything when it comes to technology. And I just really love what they did with his character arc, because he went from like this bitter character who wanted nothing to do with the world, like he just wanted to end his own life. Then he went from being like a very humble, very righteous man, and he just realized that he has a new family of the Justice League.
Like, you can see his character arc just go all the way to the very end. And like I said before, he's the heart and soul of the movie, and they just did a really fantastic job with his character. But either way, I think all the character arcs are fantastic. And there's at least one specific scene you can actually see in the back right here. This is by far one of my favorite moments in the entire movie, because it felt like they were trying to pay homage to the Avengers, because they've always had kind of like an entrance of the Avengers, and you would just see them like team together, and it's just like slow motion, and then all of a sudden I'm going like, oh, this is a total Justice League moment. Like, you can see them team up together, and it's like the big hurrah, like yay, yay, this is the Justice League we want to see. But yeah, there's a lot of big differences with this movie compared to the Justice League, because like I said before, a lot of character arcs are more fleshed out, the story's more fleshed out, and I could not even believe of how much better Steppenwolf looked in this one, because the Steppenwolf that we got from the Justice League one, he looked like he was made out of clay, and like the CGI on him was just so bad. I mean, I think the way I can sum up the visual effects on Steppenwolf from Justice League is that he looked like a PS2 cutscene character. But now when you get this Steppenwolf, it feels like that there's kind of like this blend of like demonic yet visually incredible character. But it feels like that he's like covering himself with the Devastator armor. Like, the armor is moving around him, but his armor looks very dangerous. Like, he looks like he is someone you don't want to mess with. And I just could not believe of how amazing that they did with this guy. Because not only they did character developments for the superheroes, but they kind of did a character arc with Steppenwolf as well. Because, like, you know that he's not the most powerful evil guy out there, because they've teased so many times that the real big guns is Darkseid. And I gotta tell you, Darkseid looks so fantastic. I mean, we need to see more of him if we feel like that he's gonna be a better villain than Thanos. But either way, I would still say that Thanos is a better villain, because we got more of him from Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. But we still got like a decent amount of footage of Darkseid, because you get to see him kind of close to the very beginning, and then you see a little clip of him in the middle, and then you get like this nice little extra footage of him at the very end of the movie. So I think they did a good job at just showing enough of Darkseid to the point that we all go like, oh, we want to see more of this. But either way, with Steppenwolf, I really appreciate that they made him look like he is someone that you don't want to mess with, but you don't want to mess with Darkseid, because when you see the interaction between Steppenwolf and Darkseid, Steppenwolf, a very powerful new god, but he trembles in the presence of his own nephew, Darkseid. I just really love the new design of Steppenwolf, and they didn't make him feel like he was a generic villain, because I really feel like that they did a good job with his story arc. They did a lot better job with the visuals of him. They made him look even more dangerous, and he just looks fantastic. Now we're getting into some spoilers here. Is that, of course, Superman comes back to life, and I just really like it that they dived deeper into kind of like the whole resurrection of Superman, because like, apparently when he was dying by the hands of Doomsday, he is shouting in pain because he just got stabbed by Doomsday. And you're just seeing like this sound wave that goes all across the world, and it's somehow like awakening the mother boxes that is going like, hey, Darkseid, Steppenwolf, come down here, we're over here. So like, the death of Superman is kind of like the very thing that starts the whole movie. And I just really like it that they just went straight from Batman vs. Superman up to this movie. They just did like a nice connection to that movie. I mean, I would still consider Batman vs. Superman not to be the strongest, but at least they took something that I think that was actually decent enough for them to do a conclusion to. with a big spoiler is that Superman does come back from the dead, all thanks to Barry Allen and Cyborg. The rest of the Justice League, they have one of the mother boxes and they use it to resurrect him, but with a big jolt of Barry Allen to run as fast as he can so he can deliver just a good amount of electricity that will awaken it and also resurrect Superman. The nightmare sequence and the epilogue is fantastic. You actually get to see the Joker and Batman in the same scene together, and oh my gosh, Jared Leto being the Joker. This is the Joker that we wanted in the Suicide Squad, because that was bad, but this Joker, you could tell that he already knows who Batman is. Like, a lot of characters really know who Batman is now. Like, I'm like, oof, too many people know who he really is. Even Lex Luthor and even Deathstroke knows who he is. And it just kind of makes you wonder, maybe in the Flash movie they're going to redo the whole thing, do a complete Days of Future Past thing in the Flash movie, because they are doing the Flashpoint story. So maybe after that movie everyone will never know who or what Batman is. So, but either way, the scene between Batman and the Joker was absolutely amazing. But there's actually one character that has sticked out in this entire movie, Martian Manhunter. And he actually helps Lois Lane get out of her mourning period over Superman. Gets her to get back into the world of journalism to move on. And yeah, it's the U.S. Marine leader from Batman vs. Superman and even Man of Steel. It's that same actor, and I was all like, dude, I think that guy will be a perfect Martian Manhunter, and sure enough, it's him. And we get to see like this amazing new scene in the very last scene in the epilogue, an interaction between him and Batman. Either way, all the characters are absolutely fantastic in this movie, and all I have to say is that this is a very epic movie. Like, for it to be exactly 4 hours long, it feels a little bit too long, but the cool part is that they kept on going from one scene to another just so quickly that it almost feels like that it's not a 4-hour movie, but it felt like it was maybe about like a 3-hour movie. But I just really like it that they just keep on going with the movie, that you are just going like, oh, I cannot turn my brain off for 1 second, because you have to pay attention, because this movie sinks you in. And so with my ranking, I originally had a different ranking, but now that I had the chance to kind of like watch it again last night, and for the second time that I watched it, I'm going like, I enjoyed it more for the second time than I did in the first, and my ranking went up higher, and my ranking is 9.5. So that was my review for Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I just want to tell you that thank you so much for watching this video. That me being autistic, it's not a disability, it's a privilege. And let's keep on spreading the word that you can look at me. I have a really fantastic success story. Like, I own a house, I'm happily married to a beautiful wife, I have a wonderful daughter. There's a lot of things I'm very happy about, a lot of accomplishments that I am very proud to say that I did all that stuff. And so, let's keep on spreading the word, and I will see you guys next time.